Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1967 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and the second best typewriter of all time in my opinion. Second to the Hermes 3000. Um, some people will rank this as number one. It's more durable. It's the most durable machine. All hard metal, top of the line quality parts, top of the line quality German engineering. Also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0, and the right one around 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends to show the page gauge, which warns you when you're getting close to the bottom of the page. And this is the paper, or the um, paper bale. It sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit the line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, which skips 2 half spaces. When you have it in the middle, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it all the way down, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line, switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle on the white indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. It's like a super powerful, precise machine gun that has no kickback, super light and powerful. And this has unique typeface. It has Congress Elite number 84, which prints 11 characters per inch. Very readable, legible, however you want to say it, font. It's really nice, really popular. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that towards you. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. This green lever here on the left top is the carriage lock. When you flip that up and move the carriage to the middle, it locks the carriage and the keys. To unlock it, just flip it down like that. Very good. The difference between the SM8 and the SM9 is the SM9 has a tab set and clear on the keyboard next to the spacebar, or on the newer version, we'll have it on the left side, and then this touch control here will be moved to the inside. So this touch control has a plus and minus sign. The farther down you go to the plus sign, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond fast or low. The farther back you go, the less tension there is. And it's got a really light touch compared to the SM7 and below Olympias. So you do want to play with that to gauge your preference. So if you have tabs back here, those are your margins. If you have an SM8, if you don't have them, like this one does not, then you have an SM9, and you set the tabs right next to the spacebar on the side. So right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear them all in one swoop with this lever here. That's an all tab clear lever. So now we don't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. By hitting that set button on the right side of the space bar, stops at that spot to clear that one specific tab and not all of them. You just hit that clear button on the tab that's set, and that's it. Clears it up. I'm going to keep that one set though. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. And that's it for the keyboard. The hood opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch direction manually, you just flip the switch, the side you want to go to towards the middle on either side. So this is to pull it to the left, this is to pull it to the right, and it's got an automatic reverse. When you get to the end of the ribbon, it will pull on that with the eyelet, which is the little metal piece, and it will swap automatically. So you don't have to do that manually unless you have a problem, jam, or something's wrong with the ribbon. Carriage release on both sides because this is the deluxe version SM9. If you don't have the deluxe version, they don't have the carriage release on the right or on the left, only on the right. And all SM8s only have it on the right and nothing on the left. Here's your paper support arm. Very cool. Carriage release on the left. Very smooth. And if you push the line space selector all the way back, it disables the spacing when you turn the knob so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it forward, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, and the same concept. If you pull the knob out and turn it, it disables the spacing. You just want to be careful when you do that because you will lose your line. That's for getting in between lines. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy or my new website, brooksawantiques.com.